Right before we jump into this video, I want to remind you, if you haven't signed up or subscribed here on YouTube, go ahead and do so. Right below the player here is a orangey looking reddish box. Go ahead and click that, hit subscribe, and then you can be notified when I put up a new video. So enjoy this video. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, here with a video to talk about the silent mode or the quiet modes in your digital SLR cameras. What I have lined up here is a Nikon D7100, D800, F5, Nikon D4, I have a 1DX from Canon, and recording us right now is a 5D Mark III, which we'll get off of there, and we're going to test its silent mode as well. So what I want to do is play the silent modes against their regular modes and hear what you guys think, if there's even a difference. So what is silent mode? Well, it's a way that the cameras kind of get quieter. They're not exactly silent where you don't hear anything, though the Nikon D4 offers you a truly silent, totally silent mode where you're in this live view, but it will only shoot JPEG. You see a preview of what you're doing, you press the button, and it's going to shoot off. I don't even remember if it was 14 frames or if it was 24 frames, but it's going to shoot all JPEGs in silent. There's some other restrictions, probably doesn't do autofocus, I don't remember, but it does have that option where it can do totally silent if you need totally silent. Where you would use something like this with any of the cameras, if you're shooting a wedding and it needs to be quiet, if you're shooting a concert, obviously it doesn't matter, but anytime you need to be quiet, then the quiet mode may be something to use. Now, I've used it. I don't really know what the point of it is, being that it sounds not very quiet in my opinion. So here we have the D7100 from Nikon, and right now we're in the quiet mode. Let's hear the quiet mode. Oh my God, it was so silent. Let's hear that again. And let's hear it in regular continuous shooting. So the question is, would you rather have it be 3 clicks, because it sounded like 3 clicks in the quiet mode? They call it quiet, right? Yep, in quiet mode, or just one straight up, boom. So that was that. I don't know. Steven, what'd you think? I mean, not that I really think. Just shake your head or something. Yeah, he doesn't know. Shakes his head. So that was the D7100. This is the D800. We are in quiet mode now. Here we go. It still sounds like a freight train. Cluck, cluck, cluck. It just feels like it's slower. So what's going on in here? Maybe you can see it. I don't know. Can you see that, Steven? You see it opening and closing? This is Nikon's camera. This isn't mine. So this is going back to them. You can see that it's, what happens is everything, the mirror flips up, then the shutter goes, then the shutter goes down, or then the mirror flips down. But here it is regular. That's regular, and then back to quiet. It's not really much quieter, in my opinion. Now we break out the Nikon F5 from the film days. Here's regular mode. Oh, no, this is silent. I mean, I don't have a lens on it, so that's why it's pretty loud. But basically what's going on here is it shoots the picture, and then the film winds slower. That's what it was doing. Here's regular on the F5. Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Now we get to the D4. We are in silent, quiet mode right now. Here we go. Let's hear how quiet this is. Oh my God. Well, it's quieter than the F5. I can tell you that much. And now let's get into continuous, regular. Oh, wow. You can feel the rebound. You can hear the rebound. That's slightly different, but honest to God, if they're going to hear this camera, they're going to hear this camera. It doesn't matter whether it's in silent or quiet. So I'll do the 1DX as well, and then we'll get to the 5D Mark III. So we're in silent. Here we go. Yeah. Probably quieter than the D4. I think it's slightly, well, you're looking at the meters, aren't you? It's a little quieter than the D4. Let's hear it in regular. Yeah, I mean, it's not really much, but just for fun, and now that I discovered where the 14 frames a second high speed is. Oh my God. So that's that. What we're going to do is we're going to switch cameras that are recording this because we don't have an extra 5D Mark III, and we'll go ahead and take a picture with the 5D Mark III to hear how silent that one is, and then we will wrap it up. So we're going to have two different cameras recording. We're going to see different lighting. Not that it matters. All right, so that's the silent mode. Let's do it with the 5D Mark III, and we'll be right back. So we switched cameras. This is the Nikon D4 recording us. So we went from the 5D Mark III to the Nikon D4 because we want to hear the silent mode in the 5D Mark III. So before we do silent, let's see. We are in regular. Let's hear that. So it sounds pretty good. Hear it again. Not bad. Now let's switch into silent mode. They have two modes. They have silent single and silent continuous. So let's do single. And let's try the continuous and see what we've got. So that's like 3 frames a second, but it is silent. This is, of all the cameras that we have put up here, Nikon doesn't have one that matches the quiet and silent nature of this camera. Canon, even the 1DX doesn't do that. Oh, I was going to play the 1DX sounding like a shotgun again with the cap off. But so what we've got here is that the 5D Mark III clearly is head over heels better than any of the Nikons that we have out here or the Canon 1DX. In terms of silent mode shooting. It is the quietest. Stephen, you'd agree with that? Yes. Yeah, Stephen agrees with that. It's pretty obvious. This is silent, the other ones aren't. So I guess in our little test here, if you were shooting in churches and had to use a silent mode more often than not, then the 5D Mark III is going to be the go-to camera if you need to shoot silently. I could see if Pete Souza, the photographer, the White House photographer, probably uses a 5D Mark III in silent mode. That's the first time I've ever heard silent mode in the Canon 5D Mark III. And man, that blows away the Nikon D4. It blows away any of the other cameras that you heard us test right here. So I think that is pretty much it. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can hear each of the camera's quiet modes. That's funny. Nikon calls it quiet mode. Canon calls it silent mode. And Canon is the only one that actually has one that does sound silent. So 5D Mark III, hands down, the winner of this little sound test. And that's it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.